Travis there. It's BBC Essex 8:32, and this is Chris Berrow. Now, we're looking for expats from Essex who have gone abroad and just want to check in and see how things are going really around the world. It was nice to talk to Michael from Las Vegas earlier on, just gave us a buzz. And if you're listening to BBC Essex through most likely the internet, unless you've got the world's strongest FM radio receiver, it's 0800 111 40 41. Why not give us a call and we'll have a chat. Now we're going to go over to La Belle France. We're going to meet Franca and Darren Porter. They're originally from WestCliff, and they run a B&B there called Au Bellefleur in Cognac in France. Good evening to you both.
Bonsoir, Chris.
Bonsoir, ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci. Et vous?
Très bien, merci. Très bien. So this is now French GCSE getting tested in front of many people. I'm going to get there. Now, is it Darren who's originally from WestCliff? Am I right in saying that?
That's correct, yes. Yeah, my mum still lives there.
Ah, lovely. Now, do you get to come back often, or are you fully absorbed with running the B&B out there?
No, the B&B is actually Franca's baby. I do a different type of job, and I work all over Europe, but I do come back to WestCliff on a fairly regular basis.
Oh, lovely. That's good to hear. And Franca, tell us a bit about yourself then. So if it's your, Au Bellefleur is your kind of, hang on, I'm going to say the word here. Bebe, yes. Is that right? Tell us about yourself.
Yes, well, I'm Dutch, but you probably heard it already by my accent.
Yes.
And we started the bed and breakfast we moved to France about 13 years ago.
Ah, okay.
I always wanted to do two things in life. That's marrying an Englishman.
Completed.
And having my own hotel.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's partly succeeded.
You're living the dream, basically. You're getting there, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Oh.
So the running the B&B is mainly my thing, to be honest.
Do you ever get Darren to help you out with any of the bits of it? I mean, I suppose there's a slight team effort there.
He's very well shower cleaning.
I get all the tough jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, and do you appreciate helping out with that? I suppose you can't really say no, can you? So there you go.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fun to do together.
And he's my sous chef as well.
Oh, a sous chef. Oh, good. So he takes direction, does he? Well from you.
Oh yes, absolutely. But I'm not like Gordon Ramsay, so that's why we're still together.
I was going to say, no kitchen nightmares there, I'm very sure.
No.
And how about the guests that you've been having in recent months? I was just reading a little bit about the sort of people you've had in. It sounds like you've been actually quite busy this year.
We have in July and August we were very, very busy, and even we were filled with English people coming. So we were surprised as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because of the COVID-19, but they still came, and they weren't afraid to go back and have their quarantine. And furthermore, it was some Belgian people as well, but mainly this time of year it were the French people, and that's lovely as well.
I imagine that really people from England particularly, it's going to be very hard to stop them from coming to France because we love going over there so much. And whatever happens, like you say, people will be happy to quarantine just to get away for a weekend, or probably a bit to people but longer now, I guess. They want to extend their stays. If they're coming over, they might as well stay for 5 days now or longer.
Exactly, yes. What we were finding was that people were definitely staying longer, especially if they had to go back and quarantine.
Yeah.
They were making the most of it. And luckily, most people can work from home. We did have a couple of nurses that needed to whiz back quite quickly to avoid quarantine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's not been too bad.
Would you tell me, Darren, about the difference between being originally from WestCliff and living out there now? What are the main differences that you've noticed in terms of, obviously the weather probably is slightly better, I would imagine. And the countryside is very beautiful there, but parts of Essex are so beautiful as well. So what's the difference that you've noticed?
It's more the way of life. I mean, both Essex and sort of where we are here in the Charente have got their beauty spots. And luckily, we're living in one of those beauty spots here in France. So you look out of our front window and you can just see vineyards rolling out in front of you, which is lovely.
And do you get to go out together much for meals and dinners and things, or is it quite all-consuming running a B&B?
Well, when we've got guests in, yes, it is all-consuming. You really can't leave. Especially since this year, there have actually been more holiday makers. That's something a bit new for us because previously people have come for either for family get-together or for work. And so it's been a little bit more of a novelty this year to have people who are actually holiday makers.
Oh, I see.
But it is a bit harder work because it's a little bit more demanding, but it's also very enjoyable.
I'm just looking up your grounds, actually. Au Bellefleur. Is that what I'm looking at the right thing? Yes, I am.
Yes.
Oh, you're there. It's lovely there. Oh, so beautiful. And you've got almost grounds, haven't you, there?
Yeah, there's about 2,000 square metres, so that's enough for us to sort of cope with, and there's enough room for guests to be able to sit outside and have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Or a Pinot or a Cognac, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got to have a cognac if you're there, surely.
Exactly, yeah.
And have you become wine connoisseurs, or did you always like wine, or are you not massive wine drinkers?
Yeah, we do like our wines, and in fact, Darren actually has written for a wine magazine.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very well. I like a Malbec, and I don't mind a Bordeaux. We went to Bordeaux not so long ago, actually, last year, and it was beautiful. But what can you recommend to us, Darren?
Well, certainly any of the Bordeaux wines sort of from this region is definitely worth having.
Yeah.
Just make sure you've got a little bit of age on it because the younger they are, they're a bit sharper.
Yes, 100%.
So if you like a nice soft wine, try and go for something a little bit older.
That's me.
But otherwise, Bordeaux wine is lovely.
Very nice. And can I ask you, obviously people come there to stay and maybe they're travelling through or they're extending their journeys now. But I've asked this of everybody so far, what would you recommend is worth seeing if people were to come and stay at the B&B, for example? Is there a good vineyard to go and visit, or is there kind of a local landmark that people should go and see?
Oh, yes. Well, of course, we got near us the famous Cognac houses. Am I allowed to make some publicity?
Of course, why not? Tell us all about it.
So Courvoisier is sort of our neighbor. So that's only 3 kilometers away from us. That's about...
Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
get a bike and go over there. I'd like to do that, a little cycle ride.
Oh, yes. Oh, you can cycle along the Charente, the river, from Jarnac to Cognac. And while in Cognac, you can visit Martel, Otard, and Annecy, and all the Rémy Martin.
Yes, I've heard of Rémy Martin, yeah.
Yes, and Martel even have built now a sort of rooftop bar, and you've got a very lovely view over Cognac and beyond. And it's so nice. It's such a nice atmosphere that even we're locals, but when we go there, we feel like we're on holidays.
That's perfect, isn't it? That's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
I tell you what, everyone who's kind of fed up and sat at home at the moment and is thinking about going on a holiday, that you're really describing the sort of thing that we all want.
and on top, it's 30 degrees here at the moment.
Now we're jealous.
Next week as well, so...
Well, I'm sure that many people want to come and say hi to you. You can find your lovely pictures actually online. I think you go on Booking.com, don't you? So you're on.
We are on Booking.com as well.
Yeah.
But let me tell you a little secret: if they book directly with us, it's cheaper.
Well, that's what we like to hear.
So that's aubellefleur.com.
Well, thank you so much for telling us all about it, and I'm really glad that we managed to drop in with you. Take it as easy as you can, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon, but thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup, et au revoir, Chris.
À bientôt. That's Franca and Darren Porter there. Originally, Darren is from WestCliff, Franca from the Netherlands, and they run Au Bellefleur in Cognac in France.